Hello and welcome. I'm so excited for you that you decided to get these 10 steps to success and recognition so you can get a clarity of where you are now, where you go, and what it'll take to get there. And when you have that clarity, it just makes action taking so much more clear and the decisions to get there, again, just so much more definitive. And who among us would not appreciate some more definitive decision making, right? At least for me. So I would really love to know that you already downloaded the PDF from the email where you got this video. And if you haven't, take a second and go back to the email and download it because you're going to want to be able to see where we're going along these steps. So, assuming you now have the PDF, I want to let you know why this is so important. These steps are something that I've found to be of universal human experience. Kind of how a flower goes through a certain life cycle in order to bloom. I've found that these steps are actually the key stages of human growth and development in order to reach success. And I've seen this time and again in myself and clients that I've worked with. So I would love for you to have this to be able to apply to anything that you want to have success with in your life. Now, if you've gotten this PDF and you saw the 10 steps, you might have been surprised that rather than starting at 1 to 10, we actually start from 0 to 10, 0 to 9, excuse me. And you might have even seen that we had some negative numbers. So in the subsequent emails, I'll be talking a little bit about the negative numbers, but for right now, we'll go ahead and focus on the 0 to 9. And I love the first number of 0. So 0, and I'll tell you why this is so exciting to me, is because this to me represents possibilities. And if we can think of every decision that we make can lead to a success if we choose to see it through, the possibilities of anything in the universe that we could just kind of dream up and think up, we can pull down and hang on to as a decision. Doesn't matter what it is. And we can always have permission and you're going to change your decisions on certain things. And the willingness and the ability to just be able to start at 0 and know that, again, if you just follow these steps, you're going to have success. It's just, to me, so exciting because I love connecting with people because they have so many amazing ideas and so many amazing just inspirations that I can't even tell you how inspirational all my clients have been. So I have found that 0 is super exciting, right? Because that starting point. And then we get to number 1, which is, you're going to be doing that decision. You're going to be putting into action the things you need to get that decision, to reach success with that decision done. And you're going to find lots of obstacles. You're going to find things out about yourself that are going to prevent you from actually getting that decision made and finished and done and successful. And that's okay, because once you start doing the things, you're going to get more clarity. And then as you find you get stuck and blocked and you've tried all the books, you've read all the articles, you've watched all the YouTube videos, then it's time to call in number 2, which is support and getting to really more into your own instincts and intuition so you can not only find the best partners for yourself, but also discern what you eventually do and don't really need. Like what things are just small things that you're using as as kind of placeholders to procrastinate, and what things are really important to you. And having all that clarity, again, about what you need in particular support and who is going to best serve you is, again, just a beautiful level of clarity about yourself as you're reaching your next step to that success and recognition. And I will say personally that this has been one of the most transformative things in my life is when I started investing in myself and the things that I care about, that it really made such a huge difference to me to be able to step into like really knowing that I can be successful. So that moves us on to 3. So once you have all the support that you needed and continue to get, because these are all kind of, they build upon each other. The 3rd step is creativity and being able to kind of iterate this new idea and this decision around this decision of yours until you can communicate about it, until you understand it and know it, so you can understand how to like analyze it and really help it move forward. And the best thing is that you've had that support, so you kind of have all of their wisdom, and then now you get to use their wisdom and all the wisdom that you've gained from your own experience, vast experience, and iterate into your own creative force. And as you come into your creativity, then you're going to be able to create a foundation to really support everything that goes into this decision of whatever you've chosen, and really get all the pieces into your physical life to say, okay, I need X, A, B, C, D, and okay, I'm going to create that space, whether it's a mental space or if it's, emotional space or physical space, whatever you need to actually create and have that foundation. And once you have that foundation, so that was 4. Once you have that foundation, then you can move on to 5. So this is where you're going to be starting to really get people that are, as you're building this foundation, they're going to see that and they're going to be like attracted, and they're going to be wanting to have parts in that. Or, if you're serving other people, they're going to want to start helping and receiving and giving. And as you start interacting with these people, you're going to be getting so much wisdom and clarity of working with them about things that you like about working with certain types of people, how you like to work for yourself, things like that. And all that's going to turn into 6. This is sign language for 6, American Sign Language. So when you have that transformation and you can see clearly all these other people and what they're able to like have wisdom in, and you're going to be providing your wisdom, then when you're at 6, then you can kind of mirror them and say, okay, you are this person and I see you clearly. Now I'm seeing me much more clearly because I can see how we're the same and how we're different and what I might like in order to really be of service? Like, how do I make more of what I want? How do I get more of what I want and makes me lit up as I serve others? So, as you gather that information, as you start putting those processes in place, then you can get into 7, which is when you start to gain wisdom. And there's, if you think about miracles as like new perspectives, especially as you gain partners, either it be, more longer term clients, or if it's business partners, or it's a life partner. Once you start committing to someone, then you get a lot more levels of information about them and yourself. And so as you get to know someone more, you're going to be able to get even more insight and more views of the world, more experience to be able to share and reference into. And that really translates into 8, which is really reaching that transformation for yourself, because now you're having all these other experiences come in and transform you. And you are going to be able to turn that back around and apply that to how you're serving others. And you're going to be, again, just expanding your experiences and how you view the world, how you can help because of all this clarity that you're gaining from working with other people, and how you can now teach others. And that is 8, being abundance. You're like, you're going to have so much to give that you just really want to give and share. And then in turn, people are going to really be able to give and share back with you, right? Then 9, we have mastery. So this is where you have come so far along this journey, all these steps, building upon each other and supporting you. And you are now this particular thing you focused on, a master of this, whatever now that you will have this success in, that you can claim success. And you almost, because you've been through all of these steps and you've gone through so much transformation, looking into your own creativity, building foundations for yourself, having others become, somewhat invested and seeing, oh, will things work? And then you'll start getting into the long-term investments and, and relationships, and the experiences that you will gain in clarifying everything about your, whatever you decided to become a success at, is going to be like, you will have a whole new worldview, a new philosophy to offer people. And once you can have that, then you will gain recognition, because you're going to be this leader who has nothing else to say except, I have these experiences. And you will be able to speak from the heart about this new philosophy of yours, because you've lived it and you know that these things are true for you. And when you know your truth, there is nothing and no one that would stop you from expressing it in some way. Otherwise, I've found personally that I start going the wrong way down this path. So into the negatives, and obviously we don't want to go in the negatives. So I hope that that was super helpful for you to get these 10 steps so you can see where you are, see where you're going, and know the steps all in between to get there. I welcome you to join our Facebook group. I have 2 Facebook groups. So the one about success and recognition, I'll link down below. And yes, the other one's about accountability. So whatever your needs are, essentially, I would love to be a part of helping you get your needs met in whatever way that works out to be. And so there's so many different ways to work together. And, there's just so many resources in this world, great people to work with. So I would just love to connect any which way. And I so appreciate you joining me on this 10 steps to success and recognition video. So I will see you soon in the next email where I talk a little bit more about the negatives and then potentially next steps to where you are, especially if you're 0 or 1. And so we'll talk soon. Thanks so much for watching.